fiery afternoon, hotter than the month of June. So we should go beach now. Cool down when the water's right, yeah. Let's grab our boards and run, 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 run to the nearest shore. School is about, let's go now. Heading out the door, yeah. The waves is on fire, but the beat is getting hot. This is my desire that wants to hit the spot, yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Check it out. Today we're doing something new. We're at the beach here, beautiful Maui. And I've got the BLU3 NEMO here. This is kind of cool. You may have heard of these things. They're kind of like this little snuba device where it has an air pump that floats on the surface. And then you actually put the oxygen in your mouth down below and you can do stuff under the water. It's kind of like a scuba system, but you have a tube just coming down basically. So we're gonna put this thing through the test at the beach today. We like to come here and do like shells, look for shells down below the surface. So I haven't used this yet, so this is gonna be a first for me. Join me as we test this thing out and see how it does with the BLU3 NEMO. Let's do it. Okay, so first of all, I gotta show you what it comes in. It comes in this backpack. It's got all these kinds of straps and stuff, so you can strap on a bunch of stuff. It's got a pocket here. It does have two nice, pretty durable straps. It's got some padding here and a nice durable handle. And then that's about it. Basically, all you're doing is opening this thing up with the zipper. Doesn't look like it's really waterproof, so you know, you might want to keep it out of the rain. It's not really rainproof. But here we go, first time kind of checking this out. We got our pocket with instruction manual right here. We have, this thing's kind of like the flag, and it's also like the snorkel. So you're gonna wanna put this on, and I'm gonna be putting this on with you. So just unrolling the flag here. It looks like we've got two different kinds of flags, maybe for two different kinds of countries. This is the one I'm gonna be using here in the US, a regular 12-inch dive flag. And then this is the snorkel. This is actually gonna go in the top of the actual pump, where it pumps the oxygen down to you and sucks the air from the top here. So we're gonna put that on in a second. Definitely wanna be careful because there's already, I can feel some silicone oil on these little gaskets, these little O-rings. So don't wanna get this in the sand, that's for sure. Basically, this is a 10-foot system, it says. It's only can really, you can only go like 10 feet deep. So, you know, the smallest, but not the best for as far as depth, but it's going to be perfect for out here because the shells are kind of like just 10 feet below the surface. And if you can kind of sit on the bottom and sort through the shells and find shells, this is like the perfect system for us. Or whatever you're doing, you know, maybe you're looking for whatever, oysters, or doing some stuff that's only around 10 feet under the surface. Anyway, you saw me unbuckle these straps. Here's the tubing, like the breather tube. And let's just pull this whole thing out. So you can see how it's like all inclusive. It's got this little warranty card or caution card. It's just got a lithium battery basically inside of this thing. You just have to charge it up and make sure you hook everything up correctly. So you can see how it's kind of cool. It's got like this foam floater right here to kind of probably keep it up on the surface if this deflates. So this is actually going to be going, we're going to be inflating this and then setting the whole unit in this. So let's go ahead and unbag this thing so you can see what happens here is the whole unit just sits right inside of this cool little inner tube and buckles right in. So here's the little blow up tube. So I'm just gonna blow this thing up real quick. So when you're blowing it up, you wanna push this in, blow it up, and then when you're done and it's full, you just unscrew this and it locks it shut so no air can go in and out. So kind of a cool little design. So just blowing it up as much as possible and then unscrewing this thing so it basically locks the valve. It can't go down, and that thing is nice and solid. Next step is going to be making sure that the battery is plugged in. So this thing does have a battery that slides right out right here from the side. This slides right out and basically has this little waterproof cap. So we're gonna wanna take that off. I did already charge the system. It comes with a little charger. I'll just show you that real quick. Just a little wall charger. And I've already taken this out to charge it at home, but basically this plugs into your wall right here. You can see how that just plugs into your wall. And then this portion right here just plugs right in there. You can lock it off if you want, plug that into your wall, and it seemed to take about an hour or so to charge. You can check your charge by just pushing this button. You can see how all 4 bars are lit up, so that's fully charged. If you're wondering what kind of battery this is, it's a lithium ion or lithium polymer 5000 mAh. So this is supposed to last for 60 minutes. 4S actually, and max charge 16.8 volts. So always store it about half charge if you're ever going to store it for a long period of time. And that's it. That's how you charge the thing up. And that's basically everything out of the case. There's nothing else we need in there, so I'm going to close this up here and let's get started with booting this thing up. So basically, battery only can slide in one way. Looks like you have to slide it in first and then plug it in. So if it's partially slid in, just basically match everything up. And I just heard a boot up. That was interesting. And I'm going to want to really tighten that ring right there because that's what's making that connection waterproof, right? And then this is the harness. So this you're going to actually strap around your torso. It's kind of like a little backpack. You know what I mean? So it's anchored to your body, and then this is going to wrap around your neck and come right into your mouth. It's just like a kind of like a scuba dive regulator, right? There we go. So it's like you want the hose to be in there, and then we just clip these front clips together, and you want that hose to go right in between them, and then it looks like right down in the bottom. So this whole thing is going to kind of push. And you see how that all kind of just like locks down, just like that? So that whole thing is like locked in there. We take out this little breather cap. This is the part that the snorkel is going to go in. So this is the part where we're going to take our flag. And it does have like a little bit of an elastic inner band in it, which is kind of cool. So one part has this little elastic band that kind of grips the tube. Kind of neat. See how that works? And then all we do is slide this right in here, and that's going to provide the air intake all the way up here. So go ahead and push this all the way down. Just push it in nice and snug so that these O-rings are pushing all the way down, then it bottoms out. So it looks like that thing is ready to go. It has like a nice little lanyard for the plug for storage. So cool. So I guess that's pretty much it for the setup, guys. Battery's already charged. Let me get this thing in the water. I'm going to test it out on my son and I. We're going to go in there and try to get down there and look for some shells. And we'll see exactly how this thing kind of turns on and everything in the water. So I'll meet you in there. Okay guys, here we are in the water. See how this thing floats. And you know, when you just put the thing in, it seems to be already on. Just put the battery in, plug it in. I'll show you how that works in a second. It's pretty neat. Kian is my son right here. Kian, he's gonna help us out on this one. We got some special weight belts. Look at this, just for this review. We had to stop by the store and get some. Kian has this thing draped around himself here. And if you turn around, Kian, you see how that thing just sits on the back of his neck right there. And then this is gonna kind of go over his shoulder and then turn back this way. There we go. And then you see how we have a clip up here. We basically want to keep that thing centered on the back of his neck. And then we do everything else from here. So Ken, if you can find these 2 clips with your hands and clip those together. Okay, good. We want to make sure the tubes are on the outside of those clips, right? Wrap this strap here, like this backpack strap, around the back of you. Should I grab that? Yep. Doesn't have to be too tight. And then right here, right where my hand is, you're gonna just go right into that. Yeah. Strap that right in. So he should be good. He's basically got a harness that's kind of like a backpack. And then all this is gonna do is go into his mouth, and let's see if we can see which way you're turning that valve. It has an on and off. So turn it all the way on. And then he's sucking in right now. And then he just breathed out. So it's like an on-demand pressure pump. That's so awesome. Do you hear that thing working? Try one more time, Ken. So it's a little bit of vibration. Okay, that's enough for now. And if he's not breathing in, and even if he has that valve on, nothing's happening. So that's pretty cool. You can push that check valve, that little blue valve there. Go ahead and push it, Ken. And you see how that's kind of doing the check to make sure it's on. So that's a good way just to make sure. And you have the dial all the way out, right?
Yeah,
it's all the way.
Wait, no, it's on. It's on.
It's totally on.
Yeah.
So what if you turn it off and push that blue valve? And you're feeling a click when it turns off, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing happens. Okay, perfect. So a good way to kind of test it all out before you get under the water. Awesome. So let's go take this thing out and see what we can find. Let me hold on to this thing. Oh, it's hard to follow you with the weight belt and no oxygen. Mind if I give it a try?
Yeah, you can. Once you just get your breathing down, it's just really easy.
Okay, let's go into the shallows and I want to try to give it a try, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, guys. Gonna give it a try. So opening the air valve all the way, it seems, is the best. Just basically this dial. Test it out. Seems like it's good. And then so just really relax, deep breaths is the way to go, it seems, Jackie.
Yeah.
So
the key is just relaxing and then like trying to move as slow as possible so you don't like take up that much oxygen, and then just like all the way in and all the way out, just like the same pattern, just over and over again.
That's
like,
kind of what scuba is too. Like they have the same theory with scuba. All right, I'm gonna do kind of a first-person journey and let's see what kind of shells we can find. All right, guys. Well, that was pretty awesome. Turn this thing off here. Seems like if it's on and it's in the water, it just keeps pushing air out. So you got to turn it off if it's not in your mouth. Wow, that was pretty cool. So, whew, I think I was down there for about a half hour. What time is it? I think we started like at 3 going down. So between Kian and I, went down for about 45 minutes or so. So far so good, man. Let me bring this thing in and let's kind of get in, see what my son Kian thinks. Seems like a pretty good system for, you know, not much more than 10 feet. It really seemed like it was working well for the time we spent on it. I'm gonna get in here, get in over by the tent in the shore, and let's ask Kian what he thought about it. We'll wrap it up with like a pros and cons. I'm just making sure I have the camera angled right. Alright guys, so here we go, back in the shore here. We got the shells, and that was pretty awesome, man. This Dive Blue Nemo, super fun. Kian, did you have some fun?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah? And we're going to share with you some more of our experiences. I just want to show you all the shells we got today. And we got a handful of them. So, you know, we got a bunch of cone shells, puka shells. That's kind of what we got this thing for. So, big props to Urban Drones for sending this over for a review. Thanks, Urban Drones, from Alex. And we'll have the link down in the description down below, so you guys can check this out. But so far so good. It's supposed to be, they're claiming, the smallest kind of apparatus like this. So it is super lightweight, easy to carry around. You can just carry around in the backpack. The regulators seem pretty good. Everything worked great. I noticed the deeper I went, it was kind of easier for the air to flow. And then you just had to really breathe like slowly, and also have a bunch of weight. I mean, I have probably like 12 pounds of weight here. I had to actually steal Kian's weight belt to stay on the bottom. So just remember, you're gonna have to have a lot of weight if you're a big guy like me, to make sure you can stay down on the bottom. 45 minutes total or so, almost an hour, and I didn't even notice the battery getting low. So we're just gonna have more fun with it today. Like when we wrap this review up, we're just gonna have a few more members of my family try it out and just see if we can drain the battery. So I'll put up on the screen like how long this thing actually lasted. You know, if you can't breathe and it's not working, you just come right back up to the surface. So that's probably why it's only, you know, 10 feet maximum. They only give you like a 10-foot hose. Strap worked really good, so it was able to really anchor it on the back of your neck. And so a really simple apparatus, but it worked great. I mean, getting into like scuba territory with, I'm not sure what all the terminology is and stuff, but this is so you can go down and don't need a scuba tank, right? You can just stay down. But overall worked really well. Had a lot of fun. And remember, this is the Dive Blue Nemo. So anyway, guys, again, links in the description down below. And Kian, thanks for helping out. Guys, check out, check out Kian's channel. He has a channel too, a gaming channel. I'll have that down below in the description. Again, thanks for watching, and aloha. We'll see you in the next one.
It is on fire, but the day is getting hot. This is my desire, and once I hit the spot, yeah. Cool, cool down. The waves is on fire, but the day is getting hot. This is my desire, that once I hit the spot, yeah.